That's Bensoul right there. Welcome back. Welcome back to Full Circle with Mukali, and we have winners. And question about the shelf life of the cookies, it's about 6 months. You can have the cookies for 6 months, the lactation cookies, Nazita Haribika. So, here we go. Hi, Mukali. I'm 23 years old, a nursing mom with a 3-week-year-old son, preemie, but I'm not producing milk efficiently, and my baby is suffering a lot. He's currently undergoing medication for colic, Coliza syrup. It's not helpful because his tummy still hurts, causing him restlessness and sleeplessness. What have I done wrong, or what should I do at least to stop this suffering? Honestly, it's draining me mentally. Please help. Thank you so much for writing to us. You get yourself 5 kgs of lactation cookies. Good morning, Mikali. I'm Judith from Ngong, enjoying the show. I have a 2-month baby. I've been struggling with breastfeeding. I even have to use warm water and a towel to wash my breasts. I eat a lot of green, still nothing. I think we read this other one. You are getting one of those ones as well. Hi, Mikali. I'm a breastfeeding mom with a 3-month-old baby. I don't have enough milk. She cries all night. I have tried njahe and porridge, but they have not been much help. Lactating cookies will be a great help for me. You get yourself 5 kgs of that. Good morning, Wikali. I'm a mom to twins, and breastfeeding them has been an uphill task. The milk is there, but is not enough for both the kids. They end up crying and crying. I really want to continue breastfeeding them until they reach at least 1 year. Well, there you go. Lactation cookies from Tunu Bakeries. And the last one, hi, Wikali. I'm Esther. I underwent a classical CS. My baby developed jaundice because she didn't breastfeed due to lack of milk. It's my 22nd day since, and my milk supply is low. My baby cries all night. I am forced to supplement with formula to make it worse. My breasts are cracking. I try to pump, but I don't produce more than 30 ml. I drink lots of fluid, but still the supply is low. We'll try the lactation cookies because you get yourself 5 kgs. Thank you so much for tuning in. Congratulations to all our winners. Now, getting into the last bit of the show, we are talking about politics, the things that have been going on in this country. And just before we get into it, let's just run the bumper. We have the chairperson, Kenya Youth Alliance, Douglas Shamala, in the building. Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
And it's good to have you on this couch again. You've been here before, and we were still talking matters politics.
Exactly.
There's been a couple of things that have happened the last couple of weeks.
Yes.
Kumekuwa na vitu vinatendeka left, right, center, and
Yes.
BBI is like on top of that list.
Yes.
So last week we were hit. 5-judge bench, they decided null and void. Whatever has been going through, whatever has been happening in the country
Yes.
is maybe wrong, even the people who are pushing it.
Yes.
So there's that as well. There's conversations about it going to the Court of Appeal.
Yes.
So I don't know what you have to say about this.
Actually, of course, the court said it is unconstitutional, null and void.
Yes.
However, it is a big blow, especially to the proponent and some sections of Kenyans, because Kenyans and the government has invested in BBI. So when the court declares it is unconstitutional, null and void, we lose as Kenyans, because a lot of billions of money has been pumped in BBI.
Yes.
And that's taxpayers' money.
That's true.
So when such a process is put on hold, in fact is nullified, it means we lose. You see that?
Yes.
And remember, the government is already crumbling with debts.
Yes. We
And we are the same Kenyans who are supposed to pay. So to me, I feel that judgment, it was, to me, I feel it is political.
Okay.
And
Do you think it was you don't think it was justified?
Yes, I
for
can.
5 judges
Exactly.
to come up with this?
I group it into 3.
Okay.
Political, activism,
Uh-huh.
and a kind of actually it is politics, activism, and kind of supremacy wars
Okay.
between the executive and the judiciary.
And the judiciary. So that's how you're looking at it.
That's how I'm looking at it.
Okay.
Because if you look at the activism part, you find that for a long time, these judges, sometimes they are fighting to see who is more kind of making some statements around, so that maybe they can be quoted around the world that they made this kind of statements. You see that? And in the supremacy wars, you find since 2017, when the president made some remarks that we shall revisit.
Yes.
Since then, we have had a close relationship between the executive and the judiciary.
Yeah.
And remember, even some of the judges who sat on the bench, among the 5 judges, were among the judges who were suggested to be among the 41 judges to be appointed by the president, but they were rejected. So they were kind of teaching the executive the lesson. You see that?
Yeah.
That will teach you a lesson. And they did that.
Yes.
You see that?
Yeah.
And the political aspect of it is that, of course, we are almost heading to 2022. And also look at the timing of the judgment. The county governments have just passed it. We had the Senate, the National Assembly, and they passed it overwhelmingly. Now, immediately when the president was going to assent it to become a bill, before now sent to
That's
IBC.
when they shut it down.
That's when they shut it down.
But that's this conversation about it going to the Court of Appeal.
Yes.
And I have a feeling maybe 2 or 3 of these judges who are
Yes.
in this bench
Yes.
will probably be, the judges when they go to the Court of Appeal. Do you think that will change?
No, they won't be, because that's High Court. We have the Court of Appeal, which you have different judges.
Okay.
Yes, the
So they
High
will
Court
not
has
be-
different judges.
Okay.
The High Court of Appeal has different judges. So they will be different. And in the same case, you find that, the government is also now fighting with the timeline.
Yes.
Because as per the Constitution, we cannot have a referendum less than a year
Yeah.
to a national election, which is to August 9th of 2022. So the government is also fighting within the timeline. The Court of Appeal must make a judgment at least within a month or 2,
Okay.
if the referendum is supposed to happen.
Or not.
Anything more than that, then we'll be looking at history.
That will be lost.
Yeah, but now the good thing is that the government has already through the lawyers, has already notified the court over the certificate of urgency. So if they serve the Court of Appeal under the certificate of urgency,
Yeah.
you find that the matter will be concluded within even 21 days.
Okay.
Yes, so
We'll
it
wait
will
and
be-
see.
yes.
But you see, when we talk about BBI, we saw the campaigns that took place even during COVID.
Exactly.
And I think that ties in with the spread of COVID and
Yes.
the situation we're in as a country when it comes to matters COVID. I think to wave number 3, 4, we
Yes.
have the India strain in
Yes.
the country as well. And there's also conversations around how we'll have a hike in terms of numbers when it comes to July this year. So what are we doing? Do you think we're doing things right in terms of even dispensing the vaccine? We haven't even gotten to a million recipients of that.
Okay, first of all, you see, it's so unfortunate.
It
Sometimes
is.
when you are planning something, things
Yes.
happen. COVID came when BBI is there.
Yes.
That's also unfortunate.
Yeah.
And however, we did not predict that COVID-19 will be that magnitude. The way it has affected the economy, people can't afford their lives. So that's the side part of it, because despite the fact that we need a constitutional change,
Yeah.
but now Kenyans are saying, now how are we able to afford even someone leaving the side hustle that they are suffering to go and vote in that BBI? So people are really affected in this COVID-19, and but we have to know that COVID-19 will end.
Yes.
In by God is
Well,
just-
just ni Mungu tu
ni Mungu
atudirect.
tu mwenye
Yes.
anapanga, but we believe COVID-19 will end. But now BBI, of course, it is constitution making is a process that does not end today. Another time we'll have another amendment.
Yes.
But however, we had already pumped in a lot of money as
Into that.
as a government to that.
Yeah.
So we cannot stop again, start something fresh.
Yeah.
So that's a wastage. You see that? Since we already began, let the government finish it. And if people are not, they don't feel like BBI is of importance to them,
Yes.
I feel let them decide at the ballot. They have a say, because that's the final. If the government is not doing the right thing,
Yeah.
people will have a say. They
Okay.
will say no. This is not
To
what
it
we
or
want.
yes.
Yes.
How many signatures were there? Is it about 5,000?
The signatures
more?
were 5 million.
5 million, sorry.
Yes.
5
So
million.
you're looking at the 5 million
We have
people.
5 million signatories
yes.
they've put down,
Exactly.
but we are not able to dispense 1 million vaccines to
Now,
to
coming
the
to vaccine,
community- to the
coming to
community.
vaccine is a lot of is an issue.
Yeah.
That the vaccine dispensation is a global challenge that is there. That's a fact that we have to understand, because a government was relying on the Indian vaccine, the AstraZeneca, that was being supplied by India, and also India is also suffering. You see, there was now that problem. And remember, you know, the only challenge with the government was in terms of communication, because we find that even the first vaccine, when it was coming in, Kenyans not have confidence in the government, first of all, because of what has happened. So there was so resistance in taking that jab. It has to took the president to come in so that he also take that jab. That's when they gained, the Kenyans had confidence in the vaccine. They came in large numbers. Now here, the vaccine Kenyans have taken, I think they were supposed now to move to the Wananchi, because there was some in terms of levels, frontline workers, before now you come to the ordinary Kenyans. So you find that by the time when it was about to come to ordinary Kenyans, now there was an issue in terms of the supply chain. It has to break down, and that was the first challenge. Then here, the vaccine that was first of all that was given, the same vaccine that was that had a challenge from the India. So the government was supposed to come up with another vaccine to ensure that it tops up.
You know, Douglas, this conversation should continue. Our time has really run out, but maybe we should come back, I think, just to talk about, you know, the state of the nation at this point.
Exactly.
But maybe social media handles at Kimaliza Izako.
Oh, social media zangu ni Shamala Douglas. Facebook, Twitter Shamala Douglas. Everywhere Shamala Douglas. Yes.
Sawa. Asante sana. This conversation we shall continue. I promise you. We are going to, we're not taking a break. This is the end. It's the end. It's been an amazing show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Narakisho Kukasavuli, can I just breathe? Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for the team that's making this possible every single day. We will be seeing you again tomorrow. Have a good day. Adios.